6-4.
For 2 sets and 3 quarters, he played the most blistering tennis.
Milos is here. Congratulations, Wimbledon semi-final. Must be very happy about that. Played well today.
Yeah, I did. I did a lot of things well out there, and I'm happy to be returning to the same opportunity that I gave myself 2 years ago, and hopefully I can make it count.
We will talk about that in a moment. But first, the match today. You got off to a great start, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there in a lot of his service games. I was taking care of my serve, and both those first 2 sets I broke towards the end of the sets, and then in the third set I had that opportunity, had a little bit of a slump for a few games, but then was able to get back on my terms to finish out the match.
How well did you serve today?
I served pretty well, but I think I backed it up better. I was coming in a lot. I was very efficient and successful at the net. I didn't serve as big today as normal, but my numbers were very good.
And Querrey's improved so much. I mean, how tough was it returning his service in? You're getting them back there.
Yeah, definitely. He can hit all the spots, and he's very unpredictable where he's going to serve. So you always got to be sharp on your feet, and whenever you get those little openings, try to make them count as much as possible.
Because he's improved so much also from the back of the court and his belief. And beating Djokovic, he backed it up, then going on and beating Mahou. So, he's been flying here at this tour.
Yeah, he's been playing great. I watched his match against Novak. That was a phenomenal match from him, and then to come and back it up against Nicolas, who's a great grass court player who's been playing well on grass this year as well. It takes a lot. It takes a high level of tennis, which Sam's been putting out there throughout the whole tournament, and I'm happy that I was able to get up on that.
And finished it off in style as well.
Yeah, I was able to get that last break and gave myself a few looks and played it out well.
Yeah. And there we go. This is your 4th set dominance because, it had got a little testy. You dropped the 3rd set, so it was important to impose yourself again in that 4th set, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was important to get things back on my terms, especially for those few games at the end of the 3rd set. I let him control the tempo a bit too much, so the fact that I was able to get it back was a good thing for me, which has made a difference for me throughout this tournament so far.
That was a heck of a return on the match point.
Yeah, I guessed he was going to go out there. He burned me with that serve quite a few times, so I guessed, and more importantly, I was able to put it down low at his feet, and it was a great shot for me.
It's interesting because Andy says that when you're up against the big serve and you're up against it is a lot of guesswork, isn't it? And then just it's not necessarily reading where it's coming. You've almost got to just anticipate.
Yeah, you gotta lean one way or the other. You gotta try to figure out what that guy's tendencies are, what his habits are, what he's being normally comfortable on, but also what he's comfortable on that day, because it could be quite different. So it takes a little bit of leaning one way, but then even when you lean that way, you got to still make that return, which can be quite a task. So it's good. How
does your team work? And tell us who does what in your team.
Oof, how far back do you want me to start?
No, just your team here. Your team
here.
Yeah.
So I got 3 coaches working with me. Ricardo, who's not here now, was with me alongside John McEnroe throughout Queens as well in the grass prep weeks. Then Carlos is obviously with me throughout the day and all the time, and then John's been sort of consulting, advising, and he comes out to the practice courts. He covers it all. He hits with me, he does it all.
He just says he's never retired. He always wants to be out there. And I think at Queens he played for about 3 hours one day, didn't he?
Quite a few days. It wasn't just one day. I remember there was that phone call that wasn't from me, but my agent was asking, John, what do you want? And John was sort of saying his things, but then he asked him, okay, but what do you want? John said, if I really got what I want, I'd be back playing.
He just never give it. Do you ever get a word in?
Yeah, you do. You do. He listens, but he also has his opinion quite quickly as well.
He never listens to us, I can tell you that. But what has he brought to you? What has he advised you to do?
He's given me a better understanding of where I need to place myself when I come forward, what to come forward on, how to make my opponents feel, how to sort of carry myself on the court, to be a bigger presence. I'm a big guy, and sometimes I could be quiet on the court and sort of let myself out of the match, and to make sure I'm always there, to be positive and to always be energetic. It makes a big difference for me, all the things we've worked on.
And how do you do that? Is that by roaring, by more reaction, by, you know?
It's a variety of things, and for me it's been being a bit more vocal when I do the things well in a positive way, and sort of enforcing that stuff for myself. It also helps me stay relaxed, so even through longer matches there's not that feel of fatigue as much as well.
And also, coming forward, is it your natural game? Do you feel comfortable coming forward, or more so now?
Yeah, definitely more so now. And it's definitely where I need to be if I want to achieve the things I'd like to achieve. And if I want to do what I hope to do at this tournament, I got to find myself at the net. And I'm definitely improving there match by match and practice by practice. You
said that at Queen's, you're saying it here. And of course, we know who's waiting for you in the next round. Did you see the end of that match?
I saw the end of that fifth set. It was entertaining to watch, you know. Rather than for the entertainment purposes, I was watching it to study.
Yeah. And what did you learn? Well, you won't tell us that anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Who knows who's listening? Right?
Exactly. But you know, facing Federer, how do you face Federer? I mean,
well, you try to play on your terms, because he can do so many different things, and when he's out there, you know, and feeling comfortable and balanced, and you know, playing his game on his terms, that's when he's at the most dangerous, obviously, and he's piled up a phenomenal career doing that. So I got to bring things to my game. I got to serve well, and I got to take it to him, not give him too much rhythm, and try to keep him off balance.
And you have beaten him this year, so that helps. But also, Cilic has kept him out there for some time. Yeah,
but you know, Roger's dealt with many five-setters. I'm sure he knows how to come back, how to recover himself. So I got to focus on myself and bring my best game.
So what happens now? What do you do tomorrow? How much will you?
You practice an hour. I'm sure John will come out to hit. He doesn't skip on those practice sessions, that's for sure. Hit with him and Carlos, and just go through my own routine. And then only the day of the match will I really start focusing and honing in on the things that I need to do specifically against Roger.
Have you had a chat with John already since the match, or not?
No, I haven't. I'm pretty sure he's out there calling a match right now.
He is. He's working for us, actually, doing the Murray match.
So he was out there for the other one, so I'm sure he's going from booth to booth.
Okay, well, we wish you well, and you're playing great tennis at the moment. Good luck
in the
semi-final.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.